Shalom, shalom, akiyam. First and foremost, I would like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah, Kodash. I would also like to give a double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, where I learned this 144% truth. I would also like to say peace and salutations to the hopeful elect, starting with the 144,000 men of Israel, which consists of the servants, the prophets, whom have been ordained since the foundations of this earth to sing this new song, which comes in the form of this gospel, which will be preached throughout all four corners of this earth and rest upon the ears of the innumerable multitude, men, women, and children of Israel, who may be scattered throughout all four corners of this earth. It's just Bayan back again through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. And I just wanted to get into a brief lesson pinpointing and targeting the devil that the Bible speaks of, whom is none other than Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. Alright, and this man's been able to hide himself, for centuries, man. Under the guidelines of these other nations. He's called himself that he's colonized. He's brought forth this social constructionism, which pretty much allows him to call himself white. It's all a play on words. He'll call you black. He'll call himself white. He's categorized all the nations under terminologies he's brought forth, in efforts to hide himself. And ultimately, we're in a time of revelation, of Esau. As Jake wakes up and, comes into the understanding of who they are, that we are actually, princes and princesses in exile, okay? Esau's identity is also being revealed. It's a balance within the pendulum. And ultimately, he's in a position now where the world is coming to the conclusion, all right, that these red devils, are actually the Edomites. All right, the Edomites the Bible speaks of, man. Which Edom, okay, when you go into the nuts and bolts of the scriptures, all right, this is that cursed nation. All right, now us as Israelites, we've broken the first covenant with our power, which pretty much caused those curses in Deuteronomy 28:16-68 to rest upon us. But ultimately, we're on punishment for our transgression. Okay, we're not gonna reside within the curses forever. You see, there's a cursed nation. There's a cursed nation of people. Okay, where there's a token to who these cursed people are. And it's bigger than just black or white. But ultimately, all right, them being leprous, okay, is the token, man. And the scriptures tap into it. You see? So through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, we're going to pinpoint and target this demon and show you that they are a cursed people, man. Ultimately, at the end of this thing, Esau, Edom is going to be cut off by slaughter, man. Thus says the scriptures. So through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, first things first, let's grab this real quick. I looked up this word, this terminology, social construct or social constructionism. Right, and it goes into what? A social construct is a concept or idea that is created by a society and accepted as a reality. All right, and this is what Esau has done. All right, he started doing it during the Renaissance period. You see, and I believe it was can't remember exactly what year it was when he started pushing this whole white and black and everything. I think it was in the 1800s, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. Your beloved Akiyam can fact check that for me. But needless to say, This is what Esau's done. Esau's pushed the concept or an idea throughout his society, and it's founded off of pseudoscience, okay, which are lies, man. But now it's become a reality amongst the people because it's part of this man's society. It's what he's been pushing for hundreds of years. Look, social constructs are not natural or universal truths. See, pseudoscience is what this man's been pushing, but are instead products of human interaction. And this is some of the examples of a social construct or social constructionism. All right, race. All right, again, we already know this man's painted a picture. All right, where he's white, and that's a play on words, because white goes into pure, it goes into innocent, where black goes into death and evil and wickedness. So you see what he's doing. You see what he's done. You know, slandering his own mother's son. Look, gender, right? Class, right? You see the last situation going on with the Biden administration with the whole gender situation, okay? They're trying to tell you there's more than two genders. Are you out of your mind? Says who? Where the other? Well, anyways, class, okay? Meaning of words, right? And that's a big one. This man's taking words and he's twisted and contorted them. Okay, for instance, you got the word cult, all right, which cult is not a bad word. But Esau has painted a picture where that word's demonic and evil, and if you're part of a cult, you're wicked. No, cult just goes into a practice of worship. You see? But he's played with the words. You see, but it's all boomeranging, excuse me. It's all boomeranging back to him. Because now the play on words he's pushed are now playing on him. Because now we're going to tap into some information, and it honed in on this man. You see? It's all through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Look at value of paper money, right? And that's another thing he's done. Okay? He's using paper money versus money. It used to be a gold standard, but he said no. We're gonna run this paper money monopoly. You see, where now if this money it's not weighed in the balance when it comes to the value of gold, man. Which real money, real resources, gold, silver, cattle, land. But Esau stripped that away from the people. All right, he's giving you monopoly money. He's taxing you on everything you get, and nothing's ever truly yours. You see, this is what this man has done. All right, this is why you're paying for property taxes if you have a house. This is why you have to pay for these destroyed streets. We pay excise taxes, man. Okay, to travel, you gotta pay to travel freely. You gotta pay to travel freely, man. Okay, this is madness, man. We live in a corrupt society. We live in a corrupt society, man, a corrupt world. And it's based off the mindset of Esau. Okay, again, the cursed people. Let's go ahead. When you go to the book of Proverbs, chapter 3, and verse 33, it reads, "The curse of the Lord Yahweh is in the house of the wicked, man. But he blesseth the habitation of the just, which is the elect, first and foremost. But the nation of Israel, ultimately, because as it tells us in Isaiah 60, all Israel should be righteous, man. You see, we were built to be just, which is upright and righteous. That's what that word just is going into. And in the kingdom of heaven, all of our people will be in their right mind. But tap it into the first half of this precept, the curse of the Lord Yahweh is in the house of the wicked. Okay, we got to know who the wicked is, man, to know where that curse lies. And the scriptures highlight who that wicked is, man. And we go into it all the time. But for you new listeners, when you go into the book of Malachi, the first chapter and the 4th verse, it reads, "Whereas Edom saith," now Edom, Esau, Edom, okay, is the so-called white man. We're going to show you. But let me just paint this picture real quick through the spirit. Malachi 1 and 4. "Whereas Edom," right, Remember, Esau is Edom, right? Saith, we are, so this is talking to the nation, okay? Whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but will return and build the desolate places, right? And they were knocked off, all right, when the Western Roman Empire fell, all right? And this is when they were cast into darkness, all right, and put into captivity during the they call it the Dark Ages, the medieval times is another term for it. It's during the time of the Byzantine Empire, where Jake was ruling England, Britain, the UK, all up over there, man. Jake was ruling. Jake had that whole thing on Smash, Europe, on Smash. Jake, for 1,000 long years. And Esau was in a position of degrading. He was completely through. Drooping. You see? Now check this out. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts, right? And they built back during the time of when? The Renaissance period. You see? So when they became impoverished, after the Western Roman Empire fell, they came back, returned and built the desolate places through the Renaissance, where they erected this revival of the Western Roman Empire, which is America. You see? They were able to climb up out of the pit. All right? Through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, man, and go and deceive the earth. Deceive the nations on the earth, as it tells us in Revelations, the 20th chapter. Prophecy had to play out. You see? Whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Again, they did that when they came back into power during the Renaissance period. Right? Thus saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts. Renaissance means rebirth. For those of you out there that don't know that. Renaissance means rebirth, and what was reborn, okay, was that Western Roman Empire, that Western Roman hegemony. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness. So ultimately, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua is going to throw this man down. As it tells us in Isaiah 47, he's not going to meet them as a man. You see, they have a date with destiny, Esau, contrary to popular belief. Okay, they're going to go toe-to-toe with Yahweh Shai, man. Thus says the prophecies. He's coming to stop him. Yahweh Shai is coming to stop this man. Right? Look it. And here's the point. And they shall call them the border of wickedness. See? So Edom is the border of wickedness. He's the definition of wickedness. He is the wicked. You see? And we're going to prove it. Right? And the people against whom the Lord Yahweh had indignation forever. The Lord has indignation, which is righteous anger, with this man forever, man. Forever. This is why when you go into the Zondervan Bible Compact Dictionary, it tells you what? I have it up right here. When you go into Edom, okay, in the Zondervan Bible Compact, in the Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary, okay, look it up. Recommend you get it. When you go to Edom, I forgot what page it's on, but this is what it says, okay? Edom figures prominently in the prophetic scriptures as the scene of great future judgments, proving what? That they're still here, Vocab Malone, okay? The Edomites are not done away with, Vocab Malone. You see? Esau is still here. Let's continue on. See notably Isaiah 34:5, right? The sword of the Lord shall be bathed in heaven. It's going to come down upon our doom. And that's another heavy precept. Lord willing, we're going to grab. As a matter of fact, we'll grab that after this. Showing you that he's the cursed. Okay, look. Isaiah 63, right? Right. Who's this that coming from Edom with dyed garments from Bali? That's Yahweh Shai. Okay? With the Scopeo on Esau. He's coming for the northwest. You see? Let's continue on. She is the only neighbor of the Israelites who was not given any promise of mercy from Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. Why? Because they are cursed. That's why. Let's go get this in Isaiah 34. And they've been cursed from the beginning. We're going to show you. The book of Isaiah chapter 34 and verse 5, and it reads, "For my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea." Okay, and that sword in its perfection are those ICBM missiles, those intercontinental ballistic missiles, man, which have been blueprinted and built, and they're sitting in silos as we speak. Okay, this is a reality. And this shows you that it's going to be an aerial attack. Because it says what? It shall come down upon Idumea. You see? It's going to come down upon him. And that sword, the same sword he's been prancing around with, all right, is the same weapon that the Lord's going to use to stop him. As a matter of fact, we're going to come back here. Let's grab this real quick. Showing you what Yahweh Shai said to Peter was heavy. He told him to put up his sword. You know, and in so many words, he said, if you live by the sword, you die by it. Check this out. The book of Psalms, chapter 37 and verse 14. The wicked, which is Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, have drawn out the sword, right? They've been blessed with the sword. Scripture says in Genesis 27 that they would live by the sword. Isaac said, Esau, you would live by the sword. He would live by that blessing. When all else fails, he's pulling out the sword, which is a killing instrument. You see? And have bent their bow, right? And again, this man pulls out the sword. He's pulling out the sword now. All right, you see, and it's more than just like a weapon. It even goes into his tongue, his laws. Because look, this man's signing all these executive orders, Trump, right? Which is bringing persecution upon the people, specifically the tribes. You see? He's bringing forth draconian measures, man. You see, him not putting that pen down is going to bring forth the sword. You see? Look. And have bent their bow to cast down the poor and needy, see? Which are the Israelites. Poor and needy going into what? We have no power in our hands, man. Okay? And to slay such as be of upright conversation, man. Right? You see? When you turn from wickedness, you make yourself a prey. Because this place is being ruled by the wicked. And those that are speaking that upright conversation are the servants, the prophets, man. You see, and you beloved Akim and Akwa of the innumerable multitude that are joined unto this upright conversation. This is who he wants this is who he wants the most. And you can prove that when you read Revelations 12. All right? It tells you in Revelations, the 12th chapter, all right, that the dragon was wroth with the woman and with to make war with the remnant of her seed, man. Those that keep the commandments of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, man. That dragon being Esau. All right? It's talking to this revived Western Roman Empire that's ruled by Esau, man. Gunning for the woman, which is Israel, man. Starting with the elect. You see? But let's continue on. Here's the point right here. Their sword shall enter into their own heart. See? So Esau's going to be stopped, all right, by his own blessing. Which, as you can see, ultimately, it's a curse. Why? Because he's a curse. Let's continue on. Their sword shall enter into their own heart, and their bows shall be broken, man. See, so Esau's going to be stopped by his own blessing. You see? So when you go back to Isaiah 34 and 5 from the top, for my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea. Okay? Idumea. Who's Idumea? Who's Esau? Esau, Idumea is a Greek and Latin way to say Edom. Which Esau is Edom. We're going to show you right now. You can look on this. All the stuff is online. Look at Idumea was a region in an ancient time that is now known as Edom. It was located south of Judah in the Dead Sea. The name Idumea is the Greek version of the Hebrew name Edom. Okay? And when you go to Genesis 36, in verse 1, it reads, now these are the generations of Esau, who is Edom. You see that? Let's jump down to verse 8. Thus dwelt Esau in Mount Seir. Esau is Edom. You see that? Esau is Edom, man. And he dwelt in Mount Seir. And he dwelt in Mount Seir first. You see? And then they migrated to those Caucasus Mountains, man. Over there in Georgia, Russia. That's why they're called Caucasian. Caucasian means cave dweller. You see? Esau's the true caveman. He's the caveman. No, mankind wasn't no caveman at one point in time, moving around, roaming around. No, Esau was the caveman. Esau's that Neanderthal. See? And this is the truth. But he's been pushing pseudoscience, falsifying history, rewriting history. Okay? So he can tell his story. You see that? Let's go back. Isaiah 34:5. For my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea and upon the people of my curse to judgment, man. Look it, upon the people of my curse to judgment. We read in Proverbs 33, the curse of the Lord is in the house of the wicked. Here it is, you got Idumea and the curse in the same breath in Isaiah 34. Showing you that Esau is that cursed people, man. And again, it's from the beginning. This starts from the humble beginning. All right, from the time of Cain. Let me show you. Let's go back in time. When you go to Genesis, the 4th chapter, I'm going to start at verse 10 and then jump down to verse 15 to make the point. Okay? And it reads, remember, Cain was the first documented murderer. You see? Cain slew Abel. Why? Because he was jealous of his sacrifice to the Lord. And he knew better. He knew if he were to do good, he would have got good. But guess what? He that is evil to himself, to whom shall he do good? He was that wicked seed from the beginning, man. That wicked spirit was in Cain. That same spirit that came in Esau. Watch. Genesis 4:10. And he said, what hast thou done? The voice of thy brother's blood crieth unto me from the ground. Right? And when you get this name Cain, hey, because you can imagine how he probably killed Abel. Because, okay, when you get this name Cain, check this out. Bear with me. And it's also going to, let me see something real quick. This is also going to show you that there's nothing new under the sun.
Strong's H 7014. Cain.
And when you get the root word of Cain's name,
Strong's H 7013. Cain.
it goes into what? It goes into spare, man. Okay? Which a spear is sharp like a sword. It's still a sharp instrument. Like a dagger, a spear. Showing you that spirit that was in Cain is the same spirit that went into Esau. That's why he was blessed with that sword. You see? Because when you go into the generations of Cain, okay, there were generations of smiths. They made weapons. Okay? As a matter of fact, Let me when you go into when you go into Malek, when you go into Lamech, which is the bloodline of Cain, let me see here. Matter of fact, that's not what I want. I want Tubal Cain, which let me see something real quick. Again, Tubal Cain, direct descendant, okay, of Cain. This is how they were moving. Ready? Hold on.
Strong's H8423. Tuval Cain. Tuval Cain.
Right. Look at son of Lamech. See, so he's the son of Lamech. That's why I got confused. Salakia. Right? Look at his name means thou will be brought of Cain. Alright? Now, look at this. Let me see something here. Look at son of Lamech by his wife Zillah, and the first worker in metal. What do you think they were bringing forth? Spears and daggers and swords, man. Okay? That's why when you jump to the birth of Esau, which we're going to do it, and to his blessing, he was blessed with that sword. Matter of fact, let's go back to Genesis 4 and read this, right? Let's continue on. So chances are, Cain killed Abel with a spear, with a sword, with a knife. You see? Check this out. Jumping down to verse 15. And the Lord Yahweh said unto him, therefore, whosoever slayeth Cain, vengeance shall be taken on him sevenfold, man. Why? Because he's going to reserve him. This nigga's been being reserved since the beginning. Check this out. And the Lord Yahweh set a mark upon Cain, lest any finding him shall kill him, man. All right, now let's go here. Now that mark is important.
Strong's H226. Oath. Oath.
Right. When you get this word mark, it goes into what? A signal. A sign. Right? A distinguishing mark. Bearing a remembrance. All right? Remembrance. Miraculous sign. Omen. Warning. Warning. And guess what? What does red mean? Crimson. It goes into warning. And that's why this man's blood comes forth. You see? And he's red. He gets mad, he gets red. He gets frustrated, he gets red. You see? He's out of breath, he's red. He sneezes, he turns red. Coughs, red. Right? This is a warning, man. Now we're going to show you. Look, token. Look at token, which is a sign. Ensign, standard, miracle, proof. Proof. Now real quick, when you jump, showing you, okay, that spirit that was in Cain came in Esau. Genesis 25 and 25. And it reads, now mind you, Cain, the whole generation of Cain, with Tubal Cain, that was all pre-flood. You see? So the flood came in what? Genesis the 7th chapter. So Genesis 25, this is all post-flood. Okay? But again, scriptures go into how there's no end to all the people. When you go to, let's get this real quick. Showing you that this makes sense, what we're about to get into. When you go into the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 4, and verse 16, and it reads, there is no end of all the people, even of all that have been before them. Right. And this is why, as far as the talking point with Esau being extinguished after his 1,000-year captivity, it's still unknown what Yahweh Bashim Yahshua is going to do with their spirit. You see, we'll find out in the kingdom. You see, we'll find out in the kingdom. But anyways, let's continue on. There is no end of all the people. Ecclesiastes 4 and 16. There is no end of all the people, even of all that have been before them. See, there's nothing new under the sun. Reincarnation. This is a reincarnation scripture right here. They also that come after shall not rejoice in him. Surely this also is vanity and vexation of spirit. See? So, when we go back to Genesis 25, upon the born of Esau, why did Esau come forth like this? Genesis 25 and 24. And when her days, right, Rebecca, and when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb. All right? And the first came out red all over, like a hairy garment, and they called his name Esau. All right, so he came out red. All right, like a hairy garment. He wasn't hairy. All right, what we got to understand is that back in those days, they would dye garments red. Badger skin. Certain skins they would dye red. Okay, so he came red like those dyed garments. You see, he came through translucent. He had no melanin. Okay, he came through he looked wasted away. And as a matter of fact, let me get this real quick. When you go to the Urban Dictionary, all right, when you go into the root word, the etymology of the word of the name Esau, all right, this is what it goes into, right? Esau or Isashua, right? Esau, the English translation of the Hebrew name Isashua, which means wasted away are they in Hebrew. Okay? So here it is, Isaac, when he came forth, they named him Esau. They were like, look at this nigga. This nigga look crazy. They didn't have any other name than that. They had no melanin, because everyone had melanin back then. You see, but remember, Cain got hit with that mark. Cain got hit with that mark, man, which was the mark of leprosy. Okay? Which came forth in Esau. Look, when he was born, his parents named him Isashua because he was born without pigmentation or melanin. In layman's terms, the Most High wasted away the color from his flesh. Esau is the progenitor of the Edomites, the Caucasian race. You see? Isashua wasted away are they, man. Listen, this is not a coincidence, man. Okay? This is not a coincidence. All this circles back around to them being the cursed people. Because even when you go into the account, let's get this account real quick with Miriam. And I believe I made the point. I mean, I don't want to beat a dead dog, but when you go to Numbers 12, we'll probably close out after this. When you go to Numbers 12, and just to build into the context, I'm going to stop from verse 1. We'll jump around. We'll jump down. Numbers 12 and 1, and it reads, and Miriam and Aaron spake against Moses because of the Ethiopian woman whom he had married. For he had married an Ethiopian woman, right? You know Miriam was doing too much. All right? This is why she caught the blunt force of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua's frustration. Look, jumping down to verse 5, and the Lord Yahweh came down in the pillar of the cloud and stood in the door of the tabernacle, and called Aaron and Miriam, and they both came forth. And he said, hear now my words, if there be a prophet among you, I the Lord Yahweh will make myself known unto him in a vision, and will speak unto him in a dream. My servant Moses is not so, who is faithful in all my house. With him will I speak mouth to mouth, even apparently, right? And remember, Yahweh showed Moses his glory. Okay? He showed Moses the rare end of him. You couldn't see his face because, as Yahweh said, there's no man that seen his face and lived. But he allowed him to see the rear of him, the side, like the back of him. You see? He was dealing with Moses on an extremely high level, man. That's why it says this. With him will I speak mouth to mouth, even apparently, right? And not in dark speeches. And the multitude of the Lord Yahweh shall he behold. Wherefore then were you not afraid to speak against my servant Moses, man? Hey, showing you how important the servants of the Lord are, man. And how much the Lord loves the servants, his prophets, man. You see? Just making the point, you people better be careful how you treat the servants. Okay? Look, Numbers 12 and 9. And the anger of the Lord Yahweh was kindled against them, and he departed. And the cloud departed from off the tabernacle, and behold, Miriam became leprous, white as snow, man. Proving to you that what? She was melanated. Okay, she was melanated. And what's the standard of the condition she was now in? And Aaron looked upon Miriam, and behold, she was leprous. Come on now. And Aaron said unto Moses, at last, my Lord, I beseech thee, I beg thee, he said, lay not this sin upon us, man. It's a sin to look like that, man. Okay? It's a sin to look like that. You see? Wherein we have done foolishly and wherein we have sinned, man. It's a sin to look like that, man. Showing you that Esau is a walking curse, man. He's a walking transgression. And this narrative he's been pushing for all these years, this whole blonde hair and blue eye, okay, translucent skin, beauty narrative. No, man. There's a reason why the highest cancer rates in over there in the east, in our land with them small hats. You see? Sun cancer. There's a reason why these Edomites gotta wear sunglasses, man. Why sunglasses even exist. Because the sun hurts his eyes, because there's no melanin in his eyes, man. You see, because he's cursed. Now I'm going to qualify this real quick. There are Israelites that are going to look like Esau. We must qualify that. They will be coined as speckled birds. And they're just bearing the curse of Deuteronomy 28 and 64. All right, we've been scattered. You see? Into all nations. So there's Israelites that are going to take on the looks of other nations. So we got to qualify that. Okay? But for an identifier, all right, Esau, Edom is the so-called white man, man. This is the reality. Okay? This is the reality. And they have a date with destiny, man. Where they're going to go head up with Yahweh Shai, man. And Yahweh Shai is going to do them in. Let's close out right here. The book of Obadiah. All right, this is why you Jake, don't realize how stupid you look. All right, trying to defend this man. All right, you had this bald, greasy, black pastor talking about, he didn't really call Yahweh Shai Jesus. Isn't a so-called quote-unquote black man in defense of these small hats. All right, you're going to be sadly mistaken, man. All right, and a lot of you, Jake, you're going to be bleeding in the days to come. Look up that word bleat, to bleat. All right, it goes into a goat cry, man. All right, this is This is the kind of behavior you Jake are going to be carrying on with because of the conditions you're going to be in. The book of Obadiah, chapter 1, the only chapter, and verse 8, and it reads, behold, Salakia, Obadiah 1 and 8, and it reads, shall I not in that day, saith the Lord Yahweh, even destroy the wise men out of Edom, and understanding out of the mount, which that word mount goes into mountain, which goes into government, all right, which is talking to all the tribes of Esau, right? And understanding out of the mount of Esau. And we're seeing that now. As Esau moves in this foolish mindset, all right, where he thinks he's gonna be able to perfect, this wicked fourth industrial revolution, where he's gonna be able to pretty much exterminate the Israelites and push forth this diabolical system. All right, but you see him fumbling he's fumbling along the way. All right, falling upstairs. All right, looking completely crazy. Putting tariffs on their allies. Was moving in a way that's not profitable unto them. Why? Because wisdom is no longer in Teman. Continuing on. And thy mighty men, O Teman, shall be dismayed, to the end that every one of the mount of Esau shall be cut off by slaughter, man. Okay, hey, it's right here in the scriptures. This is how Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is going to settle the score with you Edomites, man. Every one of the mount of Esau, okay, may be cut off by slaughter. Backing up to 18th verse. And why is this? For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, which is us so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever. Back it up, that Zondervan Bible Compact Dictionary, man, going into Esau. Okay? Being granted no mercy out of all the neighbors of Israel, man. So yeah, man, hey, the cursed nation is none other than Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. And what the world's about to witness is the greatest judgment, okay, that any nation is or has ever experienced by Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. You think it was bad for Jake? You think it was bad for us? Tell you what, the scriptures say Esau's getting 2 cups. So as far as judgment's concerned, you ain't seen nothing yet. The scriptures tell us, man, if I will close out with this. The book of Micah, chapter 5 and verse 15, and it reads, and I will execute vengeance. Who? Yahweh Bashim Yahushua will execute vengeance, right? In anger and fury upon the heathen, starting with Esau, such as they have not heard. You see? Backing up what I just said, man. What the Lord's about to do to these heathens, starting with Esau, all right, in the form of judgment. Hey, you're going to know Yahweh Bashim Yahushai as we have known Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, man. And you will bear that shame. And our reality is going to become your reality. All praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakah Kodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, where I learned this 144% truth. Lord willing, Abaratazah, Uakiyam, and Akwath. will edify. Shalom.